the pause there. I just needed to try and wake myself up a little bit. That was a lot of lore that we went through, and my brain was shutting down. So I went and splashed a bunch of water in my face and did a couple of press-ups to kind of get myself woken up and going a bit more. Because I want to bring you nice, fun content rather than me just being like quiet and not paying attention properly and kind of disassociating a little bit. So, we still have plenty more lore to get through, as is the Final Fantasy story. It is very lore heavy. Though your assistance is most welcome, I fear it will not be enough. Few as we are, we will struggle to reach the Lord Commander. If we are to succeed, we must needs recruit others to our cause. I'm sure we definitely can do. There's probably plenty of people who want to assist. Ill weather, friends. But how are we to carry out this bold endeavour? Even with an army of knights at our back, a direct assault on the vault seems unlikely to succeed. You are correct, Master Alphino. Not even the assembled might of House Fortom and the Temple Knights would be sufficient. With the support of another party, however, we may yet stand a chance. You speak of one of the other high houses? Precisely the opposite. I speak of the revolutionaries rumoured to reside within the Broom. 'Twas these disgruntled Ishgardians who opened the gates of our city to the heretics, I believe. But of course, if their hatred of the Holy See drove them to such deeds, they may as well be persuaded to assist in Sir Emmerich's rescue, knowing the truth he would lay bare. Such is my hope, Master Alphino, and I would have you and Tegan reach out to them. As a Temple Knight and sworn servant of the Holy See, any overtures I make are doomed to fail. But as outsiders, the two of you may receive a warmer welcome. Very well. We shall seek out the leader of these revolutionaries and make our case. My thanks. Estinian, will your brothers heed your command if you order them to stand aside? The dragoons have no love for politics, my lady. They will gladly watch and wait while the highborn fight amongst themselves. How very wise. Tegan, we should hurry to the Forgotten Knight. Tartaru may have knowledge of these revolutionaries. No, you know full well that she will have knowledge of these revolutionaries. Because she's a very smart and attentive little bean. Little potato. The Forgotten Knight. There we go. Oh, I just realised I'm so really zoomed in. There we go. Entrance to the Forgotten Knight over here. Let me yeet herself off the balcony. Ah. Hi, Tartaru. Tegan, Tegan, Alphino. God, I've been worried sick. It's so good to see you. And you, Tartaru. How did you manage to escape the chaos in the streets? Gibralont and the others barricaded the doors until the heretics left. No one was harmed, thankfully. But what about you two? What came of your journey? It really didn't work out, but then kind of did. You're not serious. What was Sir Emmerich thinking? I mean, the way you two talked about him, I wouldn't have believed. Anyway, I've heard rumours of the people you're looking for, but I doubt they'll be of much use. The only thing I can say with a certainty is that they're led by someone called the Mongrel. A queer moniker, if ever I heard one, but mayhap it will make the individual in question easier to find. Come, let us all make inquiries below. Yeah. Donk. A mongrel? Not sure I catch your meaning. To a blue blood, we're all of us dogs down here. Therefore, not such a strange moniker after all. What's that? Speak up, I can't hear you as well as I used to. I don't know a goddamn thing about the mongrel. They're both throwing snowballs in my direction. I don't know a goddamn thing about the mongrel, but if I did, you can be sure I wouldn't tell you. They throw snowballs in my direction wherever I go. Aha! Hit each other with snowballs because I'm too short. And then when I'm not near them, they go back to just throwing them generally at each other. That's quite funny. Never noticed them do that before. I don't know if they've always done that or not. I would guess not, but I could be wrong. Whee, plonk. Oh. Still further down. Did I just run all the way back round to then jump back down through here? Yep. Not a single shred of information. Just as I expected, these revolutionaries would not have evaded capture for so long without the masses Not a single shred of information. Just as I expected, these revolutionaries would not have invaded capture for so long without the masses' complicity. Still, it is good to know that Tartaru's ears are as sharp as ever. Very true. Frustrating though it may be, we must press on. While I continue speaking with the people of the Broom, why not go and see if Gibrillant knows aught of value? As the proprietor of the Forgotten Knight, surely he must have heard whispers of the mongrel before. We can only hope that he will be more forthcoming than the others. He probably will. But now I have to run back up there. It's all up and down in the Broom. Broom. You know, people long for a sympathetic ear, but they need to know that it comes with tight lips. Discretion, Tegan. That's what my customers expect. If they don't get it, then I don't get them. That being said, I'm not without my sympathies. I've heard the tales, and I know you've done right by highborn and lowborn alike. Least I can do is point you in the right direction. But to do that, I'll need you to do something for me. So happens there is a hunter up in the Crozier who owes me a fair bit of coin. However, I've agreed to accept payment in fresh herbs. Go and get them for me, agreed? Yep, I was about to be like, why on earth would you accept that? But I guess if you run a pub, lots of fresh herbs is a good thing. So it makes sense. Yep, Jeweled Crozier. So, you're Gilberlant's errand girl? Good, good. How's he doing? Same as always? Right, right. Any road. I hope he appreciates how much trouble I had to go through on account of his bloody herbs. Tell him to enjoy them while they last, because I doubt I'll be able to find any more next year. Unsustainable business model. I picked all the herbs and now I've sold them all. And now there's no more herbs. Whoops. Yeah. Back to the Forgotten Night, and then back into the actual building. Whee! And I'm never going to use this set of stairs properly again. Well, you going down them over or not? Aye, this ought to do it. With a few other spices, I can make it just like she used to. There are a few things which stir the hearts of men like a sip of mulled wine. Share a glass with the right people, and who knows what stories they'll share. Now that I think on it, there's a woman I know who's rather fond of this blend. Hieroltha is her name, and she resides in the Pillars. She's a maidservant of some noble house or another. I forget. Anyway, it'd be a shame if you didn't get to try this wine. Why not give her a bottle? I almost went and used the stairs. Which I need to get back up to the current Aether. I need to get back up to the Aether network crystal anyway. So I will use the stairs. It's fine. Me doing the wrong thing and opening up my quest menu rather than the Aethernet crystal. Yes, I am Hieroltha. Beg your pardon? But do I know you, miss? Got a bottle of mulled wine for you. I know this smell. This is the wine that girl used to prepare her special recipe. It must be decades since I last tasted it. Oh, the poor dear. Such a shame that he was taken in by the Baron. He cut a dashing figure, I'll grant you that. Tall, slender, long of ear. But those dazzling ruby eyes of his were filled with lust. 'Twas naught more than infatuation, what she felt, but she convinced herself it was love, and he couldn't help but take advantage. When her belly started to grow, gods, the scandal. I mean, 'tis not an uncommon occurrence, but that it was with a Hure made it so much. Well, I needn't tell you. She was discharged from his service, cast out onto the streets with so much refuse. After she returned to the broom, we drifted apart. I only learned of her death years later by chance. Why is that? I don't know how this story is relevant. Very confusing. So, the amorous nobleman beds his maidservant and casts her aside when the seed takes root. Not the most original tale, is it? Cold comfort for the woman and child who live through it. Even the penitent can appreciate wine from time to time. Take Geraldo, for example. Surely you've heard of him, no? He's a monk who offers succour to the poorest of the poor in the Broom. A man of many vows, but none of which prohibits spirituous beverages. Aye, if ever there was a man who deserved a drink, it would be him. Hellones, blessings be upon you, miss. A gift? For me? Yes, a gift for you. This scent, how reminiscent of a wine once made by a dear old friend. May her soul rest in peace. Forsaken by her family, she toiled tirelessly to feed and clothe her child. Yet somehow she found time to help me tend to those in even worse circumstances. So compassionate she was, so full of love for her fellow man. 'Twas that love which gave her child strength to endure the scorn of the other younglings. That little girl, bless her heart, she couldn't help what she was. Eventually she won them over, but those first few years were trying, even more so when she had to start fending for herself. I remember days she spent standing on the walls, raven black hair flowing in the wind, staring out as if searching for her mother's face in the mists. All of these stories are to say that they are leading me in the direction of who it is. Who is the mongrel? She was a remarkable woman, Tegan. After everything she was forced to endure, she still remained hopeful to the future, for her daughter's future. Some bonds are thicker than blood, but blood still defines us, and divides us in the end. It's the legacy of our parents, Tegan, and we can't escape it, no matter how hard we try. So the mongrel and her pups chose to embrace theirs, to proclaim it to all and sundry. If you can understand that, then maybe you can find her on your own. Still looking for your mongrel? Like I said before, take your pick. Plenty around if you know where to look. Or did you fancy someone specific? Hi, Kelly. Welcome to the stream. I hope you are doing well today. Oh, someone's got unusual tastes. Afraid I can't help you, though. Won't, rather. It's bloody obvious you aren't from the Broom. Did you think I'd just tell you because you asked nicely? Yeah? I thought you would lead me in the right direction because I asked nicely. Ooh, you're chilling after a couple of hours of night rain. Nice. Have you been enjoying night rain? Have you made any progress, Tegan? Cool. Oh, I just skipped through a line of dialogue. Ah. Granted, it is no location, but it is far more information than we had before. Yes, now that our striking features are known to us, maybe we need only remain vigilant. Tried a level 1 run with friends. So like going in at level 1 and running the entire game at level 1? Is that not how you start the game anyway, is level 1? Or is there a way to be so that you can like lock yourself at level 1 and never do the level up? And that's what a level 1 run means. Nice, you managed to get to the end boss on a level 1 run. That's very cool. There must be a way we can draw the mongrel out into the open. Mayhaps we should discuss this with Tataru. Speaking of which, where is Tataru? She... oh, confound it. She went below to make inquiries of her own, didn't she? We must find her quickly. Tegan, I have a premonition this is not going to end well. I think it's going to end fine. Final Fantasy is going well. A lot of the... we went and beat up Nidhogg and completed the Aerie. We confronted Hroesvelga. So it's been a very dragon-centric... we had a lovely time with the Moogles earlier. But then, since then, it's been very dragon-centric. And there's been a lot of lore. And having not slept greatly, my brain is kind of half on, half off, which means I've had little moments where I've just been like pressing A through the lore while nodding off. So that people can listen to it, but there'll be like weird, like when I put it up on VODs, there's going to be like weird pauses all over the place where I'm like partially nodding off. You cast your gaze over the streets below, but see no sign of Tataru. Yeah, it happens. Nap half an hour, then back to it. See, I went for food break, because normally food wakes me up a bit. But for some reason I went for a food break, and then came back was even sleepier. And I was like, that's not how this normally works. Why is that doing this now? So I took a moment not too long ago and went and splashed water in my face. So I'm a bit more awake now. Which is good, because then you've just turned up and I've gone, yay, people. Because that's the one thing, is when I'm sitting here sort of just reading the game and can't interact with anyone, I then just kind of end up starting to read it in my own head, which was not the point of trying to do voice acting of the various characters in my own little way. It's obviously not professional level. She must be around here somewhere. I take it you've had no luck either. No, I haven't. Oh, there she is. No, I have. I've had luck now. I can see her. She's being chased by some people. Ah, I'm sorry. Forget I said anything. Wait, down there. Isn't that Tataru? Those men are chasing her. Quickly, Tegan, after them. When you do like over 24-hour awake days, you only drink. Well, I guess it's good to keep hydrated. I have a habit of not drinking enough. So maybe that's my problem.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend.
What's going on here? What's it to you, boy? Piss off. seen them around. They're in and out the house for Tom's Manor all the time.
Oh, I see. Skulking about at your highborn master's bidding, eh? Bloodhounds hoping to catch a whiff of heresy, is that it?
You are quite mistaken, I assure you. We came here to help. And if you know what's good for you, you will let us pass.
Drinking is very important.
Listen to the pups yapping. Come here, boy. I'll give you cause to yelp.
Enough! Leave threatening women and children to our betters. We don't have the knack.
Exactly who we're looking for.
Lay a finger on the blue blood's pups, and you're like to lose the hand. And often I get called on by glorious heroes like yourself. So tell me, what have I done to deserve you?
Be the resistance leader. Or the rebellion leader. I guess technically it's a rebellion, not a resistance. They're resisting. Resisting the rule of people they don't see as their betters, because they're not. Before you start, let's go somewhere a bit more private, eh? The Forgotten Knight, say. Yeah, so for the most part, Final Fantasy is magic and swords. But not always. So I'm actually gonna run up here just to show you what I mean. So yeah, for the most part, magic and swords all the way. But every final, or most of the Final Fantasy games, I won't say every, although most of the, like, I think all of them do have at least some touches of science fantasy. So things like airships, or as example, so Sid Garland here is he's an engineer who builds airships. And then there's this whole little factory space for the class called the Machinist. Oh, no, they're just going to chat to me about stuff. Are you interested in exploring the machinist discipline? Not yet. But if you can see right here, she's got a gun on her back. Their symbol is a gun. There's a gun on the table. He's got a gun. He's got a gun, because they are all machinists. That I keep calling mechanists, because another gun on the table. But the machinist class uses guns, mostly a pistol, but some of their skills are like a flamethrower, or a poison gas gun, or a massive drill cannon, or they can summon a robot that fights with them for a limited time. Like, their class is all about being like engineers who are tech based in like science fantasy. If you know what that term means. It's fairly self-explanatory. The American class. Kind of. It gets the machinist class gets very American when you hit Dawn Trail, which is the newest expansion, and it's all about like exploring South America, kind of. And then there's a chunk where you go north and you hit effectively the Wild West, where there's a load of machinists wandering around playing cowboy in these old shanty towns. And it has a real Wild West moment. Fire and blood. You are below the recommended level of 57 for this quest. Fire and blood. Proceed? I'm going to proceed anyway. I'm a black mage. I might be alright. Fire and blood is in my nature as a black mage. All the fire. He sold out the information of each of us to each other. Shrewd businessman through and through. Did it really just give me a cutscene with no voice lines? What the hell? There we go.
So, while you're on your way to kill Nidhogg, you stumbled on some dirty secrets that the Holy See has been hiding for centuries.
I liked that last little bit where it did a little cutscene with 0 dialogue.
Hey, what are they on about?
The High Houses. And what makes a nobleman so bleeding noble? They trace their blood back to King Thordan and his Knights 12, the founders of Ishgard.
A silent movie. Exactly. Ooh. Creak around in my chair. Yeah, so because exactly. Let's all the emotes do the talking. There is, because this is one of the earlier expansions, they do have a lot of just like cutscenes to set the scene that are not voice acted and do not have dialogue. But most of them are voice acted in dialogue, which is pretty cool for an MMO.
But our friends here reckon we're all descended from the heroes of Eld, highborn and lowborn alike. And so Sir Emmerich, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights, has gone to ask the Archbishop if he wouldn't mind letting everyone know.
Is he simple? The old bastard will have him executed for heresy.
Well, seems to me that's what the good sir wants. Seems he thinks a noble sacrifice will serve to prove his claims.
We cannot stand idly by and allow Sir Emmerich to do this. Ishgard has need of him.
Look, you've a good heart, I can see that. Willing to risk your neck for someone else even when his troubles ain't yours. But what's this got to do with me?
If Sir Emmerich is imprisoned in the vault, we will need all the help we can muster to breach their defenses and rescue him.
What's this got to do with me? Well, we want you to break into the vault.
What in the hell's...
The unmistakable scent of heresy.
Ugh.
And what do we have here? The honored guests of House Fortom consorting with the Queen of Rats. Ooh, plotting insurrection, I shouldn't wonder. That won't do.
Oh, I wanted him to do an X-Men animated series and actually say the word tisk, tisk. That would have been funny.
Sickness is wont to fester, spread. It must be burnt out ere the infection takes hold.
I reckon Sir'd be happy to wield the irons himself. Well, so happens I've got irons of my own.
Nice try, though.
Such simple creatures, rats. Certain to attack when caught. Let us step outside, my lady. In here your toys could hurt someone.
Yes, requires bigger caliber gun. Also, there's a second exit. Like, if he just turned around and walked out, we could just, like, walk out the other way? Ah, well. Knew they were about to drop an AoE. Okay, this is going to get us nowhere if I just keep targeting the group at large. Okay, better. Need to take out healer again.
You disgust me.
Yay, Archbishop's here to assist us. I would read their voice lines, but they're being very rude. Understandably so, but foul language is not appreciated.
My sword.
No.
Filthy rats.
There we go. Victory! Against one holy knight.
There's no denying your gifts. A well-deserved reputation indeed.
Enough!
I have no idea. What? You... It's such a silly jumping animation for him. Just whee!
Nay, 'tis we who are lucky. Had we fought on, 'twas but a matter of time before our conflict claimed the life of an innocent bystander.
I thought the Heavens Ward might come here as well.
Yep. A very prompt way to get out of there.
Aye. Sir Gruno announced that the Lord Commander had been imprisoned under suspicion of heresy, and that the Heavens Ward had been granted full authority in his stead.
Then the Heavens Ward now commands the Temple Knights.
Hmm.
Those still loyal to Sir Emmerich answer to me. Alas, that amounts to but half our number. The other half, who opposed his promotion to Lord Commander, have gathered at the vault as ordered.
Bolstering the guard already, eh? If I didn't know any better, I'd say you were expected.
I take it you're in charge around here?
Hilda. And yes, the young master was just persuading me to join his lost cause. Convincing little beggar, isn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, he is.
Your passion moved me. A bit. That, and the fact that we're sick of living off the leavings of our betters. If you've a mind to change things around here, then we've a mind to join you.
Yeah, Hilda's cool. I do like Hilda. She's a cool character. Just like, I'm doing the better for my people. Why is my character so small? Because I'm a mouse. Why would a mouse be any bigger than this? See, my character agrees. See? I'm just a mouse. Ignore the fact that the Lalafell is the same height as me. Mouse, Lalafell. Mouse, Lalafell. I'm also not high enough level for this. I need to be 57, so I could swap to my other job, which is level 57. This mouse has no tail. It's hidden down one of my trouser legs. Yes. Hidden. I need to get an outfit with a tail now. I need to gain a level. I suppose the easiest way to do it is to go into the duty finder. I did my high level roulette already. Oh, actually they've reset. They've reset. Because it passed 4 o'clock. So 4 PM GMT is when the reset happens for the daily roulettes. Which means because they've reset, I can jump back into the trials, which is normally the quickest one to launch. Although this close after reset, it might not be. It might have been better to go for one of the higher ones. My hair is also an absolute mess. In real life, not in the game. In the game, my hair is immaculate. Nope, there we go. Trial roulette. Plonk. ready. I just need the healer to be ready. One of the two healers. There we go. Trial roulette. Which boss are we fighting? Pew. No, Ifrit. Just regular hard mode Ifrit. Choo. Oh, you've got to cut your hair. I thought you were telling me to cut my hair, and I was going to be like, no, I'm not going to do that. Since the pandemic, you had short hair, I'll just cut it down completely. There. Did you enjoy having longer hair or shorter hair? Oh. Short. There. Oh, whoops. I was not paying attention there and just stood right in it. There we go. Boss defeated. I haven't touched a comb in years. Oh, I didn't get the level up from it. Oh, I've got a duty finder for something else now. I guess I'll duty finder for the high level dungeon. Hopefully it won't take too long to launch and run through. With any luck it won't be too difficult. Oh, it's because it's because I forgot to use the food. Nope. Because we got the food buff, which gives you plus 3% experience. Although that's not 3% of what I had before, so I guess the food buff wouldn't have leveled me up. Gets cold in winter, but that's when the hats come out. Yeah, exactly. But then I can take my own scarf with me and use my hair to wrap my scarf. "12-minute wait time? 12-minute wait time? That's too long. I need to go off to somewhere. Let's I don't. Normally it doesn't get that cold that I need a scarf, and I do own scarves, but I could. Almost. I would love to be able to, if my hair got long enough. Just kind of wrap it around my shoulders. But it's not quite that long, so not quite able to. I guess while I'm waiting, I do just run into this. Continue the missions on my other class for a little bit. Let me guess. You're wondering why I chose the mongrel, right? Because it's what I am, and I'm not ashamed of it, not anymore. Besides, even my pureblood pups have more in common with me than the lords and ladies up on high. They none of them are well bred. Hells, some of their mothers were cast out after a spot of fun, same as mine. Story old as time, and one we're sick of hearing, which is why we took up arms. Not that we mean to hold all the blue bloods to account. Some have done right by us, I'll allow, like them of House Harlanot. But enough talk. Your friend's still rotting in a cell, let's not keep him waiting. Yeah. Let's not. We should go save Sir Emmerich. We've been working in secret to undermine the Holy See and the High Houses. That much I'll acknowledge. But this nonsense about us throwing wide the gates for the heretics is just that. Nonsense. If not you, then who? You Temple Knights, of course. Reckon it was your beloved Sir Emmerich's doing at first, and then I heard how he lost his head. My next best guess would be the Heavens Ward. Oh, have fun feeding the animals and enjoy your dinner. Thank you very much for tuning in. Little Granny. That way they'd have the perfect excuse to go door to door through the broom, slaughter the heretics and their sympathizers in one fell swoop. But the Heavens Ward's scheme did not account for Lady Iceheart's intervention, and so they had been forced to improvise. A fine bloody mess, ain't it? But the die is cast, so what's the plan? We must divert the attention of the High Houses away from the city. And to do that, we need to cooperate with your we need the cooperation of your allies in their service. And what makes you think I have friends in high places? You would be fools not to, given your goals. Low-born knights are ideal recruits. Most swore fealty only out of a desire for a better life. If offered an opportunity to shed the yoke and live for themselves, who amongst them would not at least be tempted to take it? Rare is a man eager to die for a cause he does not hold dear, but it need not come to that this day. If they and their fellow knights are deployed afield to deal with a new threat, a massing of heretics, for example, then they will be unable to join in the defence of the vault. Spread false reports of an attack to get them out of harm's way, you mean? The city will not soon forget the heretics' last assault. If the High Houses believe another attack is imminent, they will have no choice but to act. Can it be done? Can we trick them into leaving Ishgard? Aye. Can we keep them out for long? Not bloody likely. Make sure you're ready before I send word, because you won't get a second chance at this. Then it is decided. To the vault. The Archbishop must be held to account. And the Lord Commander granted his liberty. I kind of ended up blending multiple characters' voices there together, which is... Hearken to me, everyone. We have two objectives. Rescue Sir Emmerich and apprehend the Archbishop. We will therefore divide our forces into two parties. Estinian and I will make ready to breach the underground gaol and search for the Lord Commander. We will not move, however, until the second party has entered the vault. I speak of your party, Warrior of Light. Together with Lord Hiroshifan and Master Alphino, for this plan to succeed, you will need to fight your way into the highest levels of the vault, even unto the Archbishop's private chambers. When the Heavens Ward realise what you intend, they will fly to their master's side, leaving only a token force to guard the gal. Temple Knights loyal to our cause have already secured the entrance to the vault. Once you are within, they will signal to us. If all goes to plan, we shall rejoin you with Sir Emmerich and confront the Archbishop together. Is everyone clear as to their duties? Then let us do what must be done. Yeah. I also realised I probably have... Oh no, just the dark chestnut rod. Oh, because all of that is... Yeah. Fancy gear. Is my armor chest full of... No. No, not at all. Oh. Swap back here. Because then I can get my level up and then I can go into the vault with this class instead, which is good. Like, rerunning dungeons as a healer will be easy. Rerunning dungeons as a black mage is not so easy. So I want to get the levels on black mage first. Run less, dash more. Good time. Choo. I really like doing that slide. Pew pew. Pew pew pew. Boop all the snoot with fiery explosion. I also realised I'm in Keeper of the Lake again, which is the one that I got yesterday, or earlier today in the high level roulette. Because also at level 54 I needed to get a level up. So I did high level roulette and trial to get the level up then. go. Yeah, we're doing it. I've almost got my level up already. Looting all the boxes. Nice one, yeah, that's got the key. Slide. Good slide. There we go, there's the level up I needed. this dungeon's not too bad. Sorry, I realised I was getting very quiet again. Thinking. I'm zoning out a little bit. As to be expected, I'm just running the same dungeon that I've done multiple times. I ain't got anyone to talk to. I could have probably dodged that, but I wasn't really paying attention. No, no. I wanted there to be a little middle ground, but no luck. Oh, I'm just getting hit by so much stuff. Dear me. Oh, I got a commendation even though I was just kind of taking every single attack. Oh, we're going to the vault, aren't we? That's where I was headed. And I can continue heading there on this character, on my black mage, because I can now do the dungeon on my black mage instead of my white mage. So that's good. Ooh. Given the fact that I am nodding off pretty consistently at this point. I may well do the vault and then call the stream there. We will raid into someone, so don't worry about having an evening of boring no content, because there will be plenty of people doing content. The others are in position, Mistress Tegan. I will send word once you and your party have entered. The vault is now accessible. Enter with party NPCs, because it just means they cut out any wait time. And I get a bit more lore, because they chatter while they run around. But yeah, I'll run through the vault and then probably call my stream afterwards, depending on depending on how long it takes me. I'll probably be getting close to when I was going to call my stream regardless anyway, so it should be fine. We'll see how it goes. Over the last couple of days we have got a decent way into Heavensward though. We're at the level 57 missions.
Away with you!
There we go. There's 0 mana.
Away with you!
Away with you indeed. Oh. Phew. Bit of fire to wake me up. Oh, yeah. Nope, got interrupted because the enemy I was casting at already had their snoot booped.
special. Away with you!
Hmm?
Bear witness! Bear witness! Have at thee! Have at thee!
Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to go to sleep after this dungeon, because I am nodding off in the middle of mini-boss fights. As you could probably tell and probably notice. So we'll try and get through this dungeon as quick as possible.
Have at thee! I shall show you something special. Away with you!
Sleepy, sleep, sleep, sleep. The eepiness is trying to take me. I'm not gonna let it. I will once I finish this, but not right now. Because we in a dungeon. And we gotta finish the dungeon. No fire starter.
Away with you!
Focus. Release!
Have at thee! I shall show you something special.
I'll cut you to pieces! I will not yield to you!
Already did one. I see, he's become He-Man, but in full armor. Ah. Yum, yum, yum.
Bear witness!
Oh, I was way off on all of that. Ugh.
Away with you!
I shall show you something special.
Sorry, how? Picked up any gear? No. Oh, I don't know how to keep myself awake during this. It's meant to be exciting, but when I'm not talking to anyone, I'm this sleepy. I'm just very much nodding off. A lot of the enemy designs are very cool, though. Like, look at these rooks, or knights. The whole theming of knights. And having knights that are actually like big robot horses, like the chess pieces. Kind of cool. Kind of cool enemy design. There's the treasure chest over here, though. Good thing I turned around. made it up to the last battle of the vault. It's him. Filthy rats. I'm a mouse, thank you very much. And rats are also awesome, so
Sickness must be purged. Be gone with you.
I'll be gone with you. Oh, we have to go.
And now the final curtain. This shall be a mercy. You disgust me. Sickness must be purged. Be gone with you. Sickness must be purged.
Sleep is not going. Sleep is not leaving me.
Sickness must be
It
purged.
just persists.
Be gone with you.
Bear witness.
Sickness must be purged.
You must be purged. Yeah, got him. Limit break on him. And got the level up. That's pretty nice. Whoa. Okay. Try as much as I might. Sorry, my I was scrunching my face around in my miniature. My model did not register that that's what I was doing. So it had a little like, what's happened moment. Orchestration rolls. Sure. Yeah, so that was the vault. We've gotten through to the point where we can save Sir Emmerich, and there might be a little bit of story here.
Our power! How can this be? Fall back!
Oh. Oh shit, an airship. An airship flying in to take them out safely.
Father, please! For a mercy, we were not too late.
Why must you do this, Father? Nidhogg is fallen. There is no need for further deception. Now is the time to renounce the lies which led us down this path. To start anew.
He likes the lies, though.
Tear down the very pillars of our society, our history, our values, everything we have built over 1,000 years. A fool to the last.
Yep. Wait. No. No, I know what this moment is. No.
Look out! Go, as Isla awaits.
Oh.
Lord Orchefort.
It's no good. The wound is too deep. It refuses to mend.
You are unharmed. Forgive me. I could not bear the thought of... Oh, do not look at me so. A smile better suits a hero.
always hate that bit. Why did that bit have to be the bit that I woke up on? I was horrendously sleepy the whole dungeon, and then I started waking up for the little cutscene at the end, and it was that cutscene. Why did it have to be that cutscene? Ugh. Oh. I know not what to say. The others, they are gathered at Four Temps Manor. I feel I want to get this really sad bit out of the way before I finish stream, because otherwise when I pick up on the campaign I'll have to start off with a really sad bit. I don't want to start on the really sad bit. But I also really don't want to play the really sad bit. Okay, I have to get through it. The others are... Please enter, Mistress Mason.
Don't. Please. A knight lives to serve, to protect, to sacrifice. There is no greater calling. Leave me to mourn and give chase for my son and for the nation he loved. Go!
His sacrifice shall not be forgotten.
My son.
Never forgotten. I could not stand there in silence, but when all others had forsaken us, Lord Horchefant took us in, our beacon of hope in a world of darkness. He did his utmost to raise our spirits so that we might face our troubles with courage, with conviction. He was the bravest of knights. I must press on with our mission. Tataru, pray return to your duties at the Forgotten Knight. Let us go and speak with Lord Emmerich, Tegan. I worry for his well-being. I worry for my well-being. See, now I'm quiet because I'm sad.
friends. I am in your debt.
Think nothing of it. Your wounds are healing well, I trust.
Some wounds do not heal. The founding. The scriptures, 1,000 years of lies, all to deceive the common man. Nay, our own brothers and sisters. For the blood of the Knights 12 flows within all our veins. You knew this to be true. You knew, and you concealed it.
I should be interested to hear how you came by this knowledge. But yes, you have the right of it. The architects of Ishgard, King Thordan and his Knights 12, entrapped and butchered the great worm, Ratatoska, that they might partake of her eyes and thereby transcend their mortal limits. Upon learning of their treachery, Nidhogg was consumed with a murderous and justified rage. I dare say you know what followed.
The great worm slew the king and half of his knights.
Aye, but Nidhogg was subdued, and his eyes plucked from their sockets by the knights that remained. Their one mistake was to show mercy, for from his brother Hreisvelger did Nidhogg receive a new eye, thus rejuvenating his form and empowering him to embark upon an eternal quest for vengeance.
Whilst Thordan's son Haldreth took one of Nidhogg's eyes and learned to wield its power in defense of his people.
Thus was the first Azure Dragoon born, and ever since that time, his honored successors have risen to drive Nidhogg from our lands whenever the worm has returned to plague us. I ask you, my son, will you answer for my sins? Will your son and his son answer for me as well?
What do you mean?
If a man cannot atone for his sins in the course of his all too fleeting life, must his progeny then be held to account? Must every subsequent generation be judged as well? Thorin's betrayal of Ratatoska was an unconscionable, unforgivable sin. Should we then, as his descendants, meekly surrender ourselves to an eternity of punishment? Nay, say I. I would not see our children sacrificed in a vain attempt to appease an implacable foe. Dragons are not like us, my son. To they who live forever, the wrongs of antiquity are as those of yesterday. No reparations shall ever suffice. This fact alone should serve as ample justification for our actions. Yet some refuse to see it as such. For men like you, who yearn to commit themselves to a nobler cause, a more compelling narrative is required.
This is your solution. This is how you protect our people. You have given us a lost cause, a death sentence. With your compelling narrative, you but doom our countrymen to give their lives for a lie.
And they do so gladly. Highborn and lowborn alike are proud to serve, to fight and die for their country. And what would you say to them? What would you tell the wives who have lost their husbands? The mothers who have lost their sons? That their loved ones died for naught? Over the course of 1,000 years, countless men have donned these robes, and every one of them came to accept the necessity of this solution. Once, I hoped you might come to accept it as well. Do not despair, my son. Soon I shall free us from the sins of antiquity, and bring about the change you so fervently desire. If he has spoken with others, I would have their names. Escort him to a cell and question him thoroughly.
Your Eminence.
You saw something, did you not? A vision of the past?
So this is the power of the Echo. Would that it had shown you a finer moment from my past. Twas an exercise in futility, as you saw. Faced with the firmity of his conviction and his many ready rejoinders, my words deserted me. To be frank, I am embarrassed to recall it.
A friend once impressed upon me the importance of differentiating between words, deeds, and beliefs. Were he here, I suspect he would judge your father's conviction to be no more than rank, self-serving delusion. Even so, I cannot help but wonder what manner of change he intends to bring about.
What
I have given
indeed?
some thought to that as well. During the battle within the vault, the Heaven's Ward demonstrated strange and unnatural abilities.
Aye, the manner in which Sir Zephyrin struck down Lord Horchefant was unlike anything I've ever seen before.
The spectacle called to mind King Thordan and his Knights 12 as they are depicted in scripture, holy powers and all.
Mere fabrications, which have become objects of faith, instilled with the belief of countless devoted souls. 7 hells!
If Lady Iceheart can use her own body as a vessel for summoning, I see no reason why others could not.
Are the Heaven's Ward truly so reckless?
Unbelievable!
As they fled, my father spoke of Aziz La. Though I know not what he intends, I fear no good shall come of it. His ambitions are too great, and his minions too powerful. We must find the Heaven's Ward and stop my father before it is too late.
Mm-hmm. Mistress Mooson, Master Alphino, I, Emmerich, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights of Ishgard, do hereby entreat the aid of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Our aid in preventing whatever it is that the Archbishop intends. Your aid in bringing him to justice. Too much blood has been spilled for the lies he perpetuated. No more. I shall pursue him to the end of the world if I must. I thank you to you. I have heard many men make such pledges, but you speak in earnest. Much has changed since our order's founding, but our duty to combat the primal threat has not. If the Archbishop and the Heaven's Ward are guilty of the crime of summoning, then Tegan and I will stop them. Would that I come join you in... would that I could join you in the pursuit, but alas, my father's absence has thrown our government into chaos. Ever since the founding of our nation, there has been an Archbishop to serve as a guiding light for the masses, a force of stability to counterbalance the High House's ceaseless manoeuvring. Convincing the people to recognise the truth of our origins would have been difficult even with my father's support. The road ahead is that much more fraught with peril without it. Yet walk it we must, for unity is more vital to our survival than ever. After all, Nidhogg's death did not mark the cessation of Trebanian hostilities. Far from it. We will have a great need of each other for the days to come. You may ever count on my lance, Sir Emmerich. To my dying breath I shall defend Ishgard from the Horde. If I may, Lord Commander, I would like to assist the Scions in their search for the Archbishop. Tegan, Master Alphino, pray attend me outside. Very well. With me, Tegan. I believe we have much to discuss. And like that, we have moved on from the act of Haushavon's death. We have gotten through the sad part and very sad part. And we've reached a point where the story will continue forward. But I think for me, I'm going to call the stream here. I'm going to go find somebody to raid.